Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elite Series League of Legends Week 5. Because, last week we took a little break. I will talk a little bit more about that. But first, let me introduce my co-caster for today, the wonderful Hugie.
Hello, Daniel. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Actually a bit tired of the weekend, but I'm excited for today. Also for the
Tired
news.
of the weekend.
Yes, tired of the weekend.
What did you do on the weekend? Why are you tired?
Well, we had an event over the weekend with a LAN party, and it was quite exhausting. So.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, we also had a little event this weekend. We have been streaming a competition in virtual reality, which has been really exciting in my opinion. But let's get to today's streams. It has been a while since we were able to experience games in the Elite Series League of Legends Division 2. And that is, of course, because last week we took a break, and that is because of the earthquakes happening in Turkey, and of course, some players in the league coming from Turkey, namely a lot of them from with Slovs, so from our league team. And fortunately, all of them are safe, which is, for me at least, the most important part. But of course, it's kind of worrisome if something like that happens in your homeland. And that's also why we have, together with the other broadcasting partners of the ESL Division 2, decided to start a little charity for the next 4 live streams, which I'm sure you have already seen maybe on social media and in the starting screen, and also now right here at the bottom. The money will go to... actually, we also have a little screen that we can maybe get to show this. Regie. Okay, we are working on it. So the money is going to a charity called ABAP. ABAP is, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is a charity organization local to Turkey. So it's a Turkish organization. It's a non-governmental organization, which in the case of Turkey can be important. And okay, the sounds are kind of confusing. Where are they coming from? Okay. Okay, so I had the live stream open, and because of the 3-minute delay, I just started hearing myself talking, so I was very confused. You can donate either over PayPal. We have made a separate PayPal just for this, so we can probably properly catch all of your donations, and of course give 100% of them to ABAP. Or if you don't trust us in forwarding your money, you can as well just donate directly to ABAP. But then the money will not count into the counter here at the bottom. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is that the money arrives in Turkey and with the people that actually desperately need a new shelter, that need food, that need help right now. Hugie, any takes on this?
Yeah, there are also a lot of European and also governments who are sending money and help to Turkey. Here in Luxembourg also sent some CGDs, like people there. That's like
Firefighters and
firefighters and also first responders and such. Luxembourg sent them over there, 1 or 2, I think. I also saw on Reddit unfortunately a Korean doctor who wrote on a stone that he's sorry that he couldn't save more. Therefore, the money really helps to save as much as people as needed. I also know some people out of Turkey. They are safe though. So was the first thing I asked. So it's also a good incentive to help people in need, actually.
Yeah, I mean, over 47,000 people died during the earthquakes, and I think more than 2 million lost their homes, which is, in my opinion, a really big number when it comes to losing a roof over your head and basically your entire existence. So, yeah, every help is appreciated, no matter how small the donation. And I would say let's not only talk about sad things, because we also have some League of Legends ahead of us. And I just heard from the regie that we are also almost already starting into the first game. So let's just take a quick look at the schedule of today. We will have AOMA Esports versus PERTINAX in the first game. I think that one can be a really interesting game, because both teams are like, AOMA is definitely at the top together with Sloths and Dynasty, and then you have PERTINAX, which is kind of in the middle and wants to climb up there. Then you have Adverse versus Reapers, with Sloths versus Aurora, and Dynasty versus Once Upon a Team. So definitely stick around for those banger games. Yeah, what's your take on the first matchup? Who do you think could be winning here?
I think AOMA Esports will take it away, because they showed us that they can stay on the top, because they played really well these last weeks, and I think these top 3 teams actually could still beat each other. So it's gonna be interesting, but I think AOMA takes it here.
Yeah, I think so as well. Maybe we can also, just as a quick reminder, take a quick look at the standings from basically last week, or the last week that was played. So week 4, there we had AOMA Esports, Dynasty, and with Sloths at the top, and then we have PERTINAX right below that. So with only 2 losses less, 2 wins less, and 2 losses more. And then we have Reapers Gaming in the same position, which were to be favored at the beginning of the season. So they will also have to show today that they can climb back up there. And then you have Aurora, Adverse, and Once Upon a Team, which are kind of from the beginning this lower part of the standings. And I think, yeah, I think they will use the second half of the split to maybe prove themselves, because like we had basically the entire first half of the split, like it would have been exactly halftime during that week that we just put back. Like week 4 will be played, by the way, and it will also be streamed. It's just delayed to a later date, and we're continuing with week 5. So yeah, we are basically right in the middle of the season, and I think that 1 week off also for a lot of teams meant that they had 1 week to like reevaluate their situation, reevaluate their plays so far, their picks, what they will pick in the future. They had 1 week to scrim, to analyze, and I think that can also help a lot of teams to like maybe improve their performance for the second half.
Yeah, there's also, if I'm not wrong, a different patch today. Therefore, we see some new stuff. Some these buff 40 supports came out. Aurelion is not available, if I remember correctly. But Rakan got a buff, Alistar got a buff. They also some enchanters also got buffs, but they buffed the melee supports to counter the double AD carry support mid, bot lane meta, and also the Lucian Nami meta. So they buffed the sustain and some damage of the melee supports. Therefore, we have Draven banned, Samira banned, and Caitlyn and Rakan, who are one of the strong, maybe the strongest bot lanes we have. And there's also Elise, pretty stable jungler, and Wukong, who is also good engage. Now we hover Fiora. No. Oh, we go for the tree. The tree is still pretty good.
Okay, are you sure the meta changed? Because it doesn't look like it yet. I mean, apart
well,
from the Samira ban, I don't see a lot of new stuff. But
in the jungle, there's not AP junglers are still very strong.
yeah,
Maokai just
I think
AoEs
mostly
everything
looking
now,
at
so.
bot lane and the support situation, we could see some changes. I think Nautilus should be a viable champion again, and in general, maybe more aggressive supporters and tank supporters, and that of course always also opens up some other lanes to do something else. Now we see the Sejuani, so yeah, tank against tank in the jungle. Maokai probably a little bit with the upper hand there.
Yeah, you also had the problem of the what did I want to say? I saw Kadriel talking about the bot lane meta of the you play double AD carry because they have more DPS than mages, so you counter mages with AD carries, but you counter the enchanters with mages, and therefore you just go AD carry because they also counter the enchanters, and that's the whole thing about the bot lane stuff. But yeah, they changed it. We also have Seaver who is locked in, and there's Tristana. I think Aurelion is not, could be that I'm wrong, but I think he's not available.
I am not sure.
His
I
kid
noticed for new
yeah,
champions, there's definitely a ban of 2 weeks when they come out, but because of it being a rework,
wait,
I'm
I can
not
read
sure
it.
if they are not
I can read
allowed.
it again because it was said Aurelion Sol is disabled. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, but we already have 2 AD carries now on the side of AOMA Esports. Ash could of course, or is probably going to be support. If Tristana is the AD carry, you could also play Tristana mid. So there's still a little bit of flexibility on the side of AOMA. On the other side, we have the Jax now, which will definitely go to the top lane. And yeah, Sivir, which is a pick we have quite often already seen in the, or I don't know how often, but we've seen it at least once very successfully when with Sloths was able to pull off that pentakill.
Yeah, these AD carries who can also stronger right now because they have it is available that you can build quick blades or infinity edge as second item again, so their damage spike comes one item earlier actually. And CV goes for quick blades, so she can spam these Qs, Ws, Es and stuff. And yeah, you have Olaf, who these bruiser tanks on the top lane are pretty disgusting at the moment. Also Syndra, one of the best mid laners right now. I remember what I wanted to say before. They also nerfed the Radiant Virtue. It doesn't give you ability haste anymore, and it's a 90-second cooldown, so you can't spam it in team fights. Or maybe have it after every second team fight if you fight every mid. Depends on the fight. But yeah, Fiora is out too, so they want to Jax to have an easier matchup against these duelists. And they also want some beefy frontline gun, but there's the Akali, however, from PERTINAX.
I think on the engage side, PERTINAX is not that bad currently. They have the Sejuani already. They have the Jax, which is of course more of a follow-up engage than an initial engage. And yeah, so far they only have the Sejuani ultimate, but that of course is a very strong engage tool if it hits.
Yeah, still have the other hand,
we have the Ash
that says go. But yeah, there's a lot of disengage from AOMA, and then engage 2, and the arrow, the Maokai, the living roots, and also Tristana can kite pretty good and bomb them away. And there's the Kassadin, got a little nerf, still pretty strong.
Yeah.
And what do we have for top lane?
Also making clear now, of course, that Kassadin will be mid lane and then both AD carries will go to the bot lane. So AOMA kind of sticking to that old meta of a double AD carry bot lane.
Yeah, maybe Gragas would be good against Jax here. He's not banned, but they take the Gnar for the engage. Also,
Yeah.
a
Overall,
safer,
a
safe
very
pick.
nice team comp, in my opinion, here from AOMA Esports. I am still not a huge fan of double AD carry bot lanes, but they work. And for the West, I really enjoy like the Maokai, the Na, the engage, the tankiness that brings. And then I mean, it's pretty disgusting, but I love seeing Kassadin for some reason, because it is this like high risk, high reward champion. I feel like that you can punish hard in the early game if you do it well and if you play very aggressively against him. But once he gets his level 6, he gets his ultimate, and then later on he gets his scaling, he's just becoming so strong.
Yeah, but you see that PERTINAX picked up the Soraka. So if Beavis and Edward are going for Hail of Blades, I think the Soraka will be dead in like 1.2 seconds or so. She can't escape, and therefore it's gonna be a hard matchup for PERTINAX. And also the Gnar here is also a range set up against Jax is good, but you can also escape pretty easily with your jump. You have high duo potential, but Sejuani Jax is really strong comp. So if you're not taking care of your lane, you're going to die actually. So you have to play safer than usual. I don't think that Kiru and Makelach are going to double heal it. Maybe a cleanse would be good. And then we will see what we will go here. So
I mean,
yeah,
I think on bot lane, Pertinax will have a really tough time, especially for like the laning phase, because Soraka Sivir should lose hard against
yeah, you
Ashe
can,
and Tristana.
but you can push pretty good against these two. Well, Sivir can push a lane pretty easily, I think.
But so does Tristana.
Yeah, but if you shove a Q from Sivir and some W's in, the wave is almost cleared, and Tristana just needs more time to fix. And then we will see what will happen. And you see they went for the exhaust, not double heal. And I think it just depends on the junglers, but I think it's a pretty easy setup for PERTINAX. No, sorry, for AOMA, because the Soraka is really low health, and with the early damage that you have on bot side with the Ashe, she pokes a lot. She can also go for the how's the sword called? Not the Champ Punk, but the Grievous Wound sword. She can go for Grievous Wounds pretty early for maybe the first item, and then go for the Imperial Mandate, and then you have a lot of. You worked against the sustain of PERTINAX, so the damage is on AOMA's side, in my opinion, at least for the early levels. If you fight that, you can probably win it. So I think it's going to be to be a good one.
I think it's going to be a tough bot lane for Pertinax, especially because of the squishy Soraka, as you said. Then we have mid lane Kassadin against Akali. What's your take on the mid lane matchup? Like, what do you expect of the lane?
Yeah, well, Kassadin is really weak in the early lanes. You can gank him pretty easily before 6, but you have to gank him. So I think if Lotus is going to ward it up, it can be a tough time. But against Akali, you always have a tough time, even she's running Ignite Teleport, even have a tougher time than it is even before. So I think that if Merlin plays it good, the matchup will be in his favor, and that's what my take is for the early mid lane. And you see the Jax has so much pressure against the Gnar that he just has to queue for minions.
I think also it's like not even that bad at the PERTINAX bot lane, and we can see it here already that they're they don't have fun, and they won't have fun for the early phases of the game. But that doesn't matter because I think PERTINAX will have to play around the top side, especially that mid lane, because they want to like get ahead the Akali and of course nerf the Kassadin a little bit. But also on the top lane, they have the Jax against the Gnar, and I think Jax as a bruiser should naturally have the upper hand against the Gnar, and have one or two gangs on the top lane. Now we see here a little fight on the bot lane. Ignite is out. PERTINAX has to go for one there, and we can see it already. As I said, PERTINAX won't have fun there on the bot lane.
Yeah, but that's the strongest. That's the part of of double AD carries. Their lane pressure is pretty high. With the enchanters, you can't. The DPS is very high, and because you're an enchanter, your DPS is trash. So you're going for the double ADC. Maybe it looks boring, but from the strategic side, it's very why should I call it? It's better. You see, you have an easygoing lane. Your mid game is not that bad, and your AD carries scale a lot, so they also have maybe some damage later on if they get some kills. But for poke wise, Ashe is pretty strong, and therefore she even gets a reward. She gets 20 goals when she hits it with a W, so why not hit it, you know?
Yeah.
But here
Akali's going in. Lotus Ignite is ticking there. However, Merlin has to pay attention there as well, as Garbosh is on the mid lane. But this will be first blood here for PERTINAX. And now the engage also on the bot lane. AOMA really wants to know now. They get the flash out of Cairo, but now it's them who have to retreat. Ooh, they know that Sejuani is on the bot side. CVQ is hitting, dealing a lot of damage. Ashe really has to pay attention now. One more Q and this will be it for her.
Yeah, she's backing, she's playing safe. CV is going to push the lane here. Maybe she can get a Q out. So
I don't know if it's not a little bit of a bait, because Maokai is also there. I think they want to play this. This is so risky from Edward.
Yeah, but risk it for the biscuit, isn't it? So, there's also the gank bot.
We go on the bot lane. There's the gank with the flash. Everybody flashes forward. Will they get Malasa? Yeah, they get Malaka. Okay, but they also get the Ashe, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. And if you look at the investment of time and resources, this is definitely not worth it for AOMA Esports here.
Yeah, you saw that Edward was very low, but here we have also the engage on top side.
Yeah, exactly. Sejuani is coming in as Gnar, will be losing his Mega Gnar form quite soonish. Fortunately, he still had it when the gank arrived. So a bit of a mistiming there from PERTINAX.
Yeah, what PERTINAX want to do is just get Gnar off Jax's face, and they did that pretty good. They also got the flash for it, for not wasting any summoners. And therefore Gnar has to be even more safer, or has to look out more than before because he has no flash. Not save anymore, and you see Kassadin is level 6, and now he is going to roll over. Some people can roam good as a free flash for some mana.
I don't know though, because Akali like can kind of match these things. I feel like
Yeah, but
like she can roam always with the Kassadin, or she gets basically free wave, which she does or did so far anyways. If you look at the farm difference on the mid lane, Akali's way ahead. Almost on not only almost, she's more than 20 farm ahead.
yeah, that's the early laning phase of a Kassadin. If you go too close to the minions, you get poked, and there's the old pop from Severe. Oh, she got double
Yeah,
hit
Heroes
by
is there, but so is Garbosh. And now the Sejuani has to flee there. Merlin and Lotus both joining in from the mid lane, but Merlin in the worst position has to get out there, goes back in, gets the kill, but gets shut down, of course, here by a one-man army. We're fighting back, and with this good play, they are kind of equaling out the small goat lead that PERTINAX had.
Yeah, but now AOMA can't do Dragon because Maokai died, and that was pretty worth it for now. Akali got ignited, it went to the Ash. She has 2 kills on her belt, so that's better than the kills that are on Ash. So let's see, maybe we have a trap here, no, some poke. Yeah, the standard red buff take after 5 minutes.
AOMA now going towards the dragon. On the other side, PERTINAX trading for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, with the Rift Herald you can get Jack some gold or even push Severe to the tower and get some stuff there. But they immediately go top. Maybe for the dragon, no, but there will be a bot dive set up here.
Yeah, Asher gets spell shielded though, but there's Garbosh with the root. Tristana is going on, not a lot of damage yet, and they are able to get 1 kill back out of this PERTINAX, but of course, dive is successful. They get both kills there, AOMA Esports.
Yeah, and here you have the gank. Now Mac doesn't have... Ooh, nice dodge on the ult, but he's dead anyway. Yeah, that's the strong side of Jax and Sejuani. They can go in and engage from afar. Yeah, you now see that PERTINAX is back on the track with the gold. And yeah, the shutdown went to Severe from the Ash, like 150 gold. More into the bang is pretty nice. There's the arrow, so maybe Dusseldrop is also dead here, and I think he is. Nice arrow from Edward. So the cross map arrow is going to hit. Also be punished for greedy back here.
Yeah, no Beavis, who has to pay attention there. As Merlin is kind of or Akali is kind of a tough enemy for a solo AD carry. Especially if she has 2 kills already.
Yeah,
Things
you see
still very balanced between both teams here. As AOMA Esports has fought their way back into the game. And so yeah, I think I interrupted you. You wanted to say something.
sorry, come again?
You wanted to say something, no?
No, but the arrow missed.
Yeah, that was a kinetic arrow.
Wait, was it kinetic or was it?
No, it wasn't kinetic. It was Batu who missed all of them.
Yeah, we like field goals. But it's not as easy to hit an arrow. It has like 40
Yeah.
seconds cooldown, so shoot it when you have it.
Especially on this distance. You can't blame anyone for missing an arrow. Ooh, Mark trying to check the bush there with his Q. Did however miss Dusseldrop there, who will take the chance to have a very good skirmish there. And of course, both Heroes and Cairo on the top lane as Mac is hitting his Megana form. Now they have good time to clear the wave, wait for the Megana to fall off. Sawaka in a bad position there, however. Gets a bit caught out. Ash Arrow won't hit. It might have made a difference.
Yeah, you always miss those shots you don't take, right?
Now PERTINAX will drop the Rift Herald here on the top lane. They definitely want to get this tier 1 now.
Yeah, that will be the first tower for PERTINAX. If it's happened, and there's the there's the gold, yes. And now AOMA answers with a bot lane dive. But yeah, Kali is so tanky, holy moly.
Now the answer with the bot lane dive. The Ash Arrow, however, misses. Merlin able to get 1 kill already out of this. Almost the second one as Lotus is also coming down to the bot lane, but he is quite low because Dusseldrop is there. Gets the kill. Will try to go for Edward here. Should maybe focus on Beerus.
He's getting
he doesn't have mana and he doesn't have mana for his Q. Doesn't get the kill, unfortunately. But now Heroes is coming. PERTINAX really wants to know it here on the bot lane. It doesn't want to get AOMA away.
Yeah, with the hero play, Heroes coming in, getting the kill, yes. And yeah, that was interesting. The Dusseldrop didn't have mana to kill the Ashe and the Tristana, and the W hit with the Divine Sunray didn't kill Beerus here, so he just walked away, got the kill, could jump away, maybe heal Edward to fight against Sejuani, but she was too tanky. And there you see the air dragon, the cloud dragon is going to be stolen. No, it's not so it's secured by hero.
And now we might have the first team fight here. Mark completely missing the ultimate though. However, they will get the first kill on the Soraka there. And now the rest of PERTINAX is on the one. So 1 kill for 1 Drake is the trade here. And I think PERTINAX can be happy to take this.
Yeah, PERTINAX is kinda... they got more towers. They got all towers now, or they have 1 at least. And Jax is hitting the topside tower because he wasn't in the dragon fight, because he didn't need him. They got the dragon, they could get out, didn't need to fight. And AOMA just wanted to get some stuff out of the dragon, because they thought they were 4v5. Now we have the Rift Tower that's going to be started again.
Ooh,
Also,
Cairo, maybe okay. Lotus there?
The arrow?
Okay.
The arrow, yeah. Just like I said before, if you don't shoot it, you don't hit, so just shoot. Also for the solo queue people, just shoot your arrows. And just try to get some kills, but here we maybe have a fighter collapse on the Rift Herald. And Beerus is just hitting, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and completely solo killing the Sivir there. And next one to go is the Soraka here at the Rift Herald fight. Beerus is jumping in the wrong direction as Heroes is queuing right over the wall.
Yeah, and PERTINAX
this would have
got
been probably another kill.
But PERTINAX got the Herald, that was the whole point, and Jax is again split pushing, hitting the towers, getting some minions, and therefore he can just pop some enemies. So if Jax gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I think right now PERTINAX is really in a good position to play this split push. They have a strong Jax, they have a strong Akali that they can send to the side lanes. And I don't think AOMA has something to answer this just yet. Later on, they can answer this definitely with the Kassadin. But he will need a little bit more scaling.
If Kassadin has the Server's Embrace completed, he will be a menace in the mid lane or on the side lane. So he maybe can match the Jax because they can just jump away and slow him because it's a melee matchup. So probably is good, but also Gnar is a good team fighter and also a good a decent split pusher. But I think Jax will be stronger than Gnar. In these 1v1 fights, if the Mega Gnar is almost completed, Jax should win the fights. But if Jax is getting kited, he can't win it actually, so he has to take care. If there's a 2v1 from the Ashe. But yeah, PERTINAX have, I think their solo lanes are pretty strong at the moment. Akali, who is just very well designed champion. Here you maybe have to fight. Oh, the shuriken hits.
Yeah, Merlin goes in. Heroes is also on the top lane, and there's the kill on Mac. He was almost not getting an assist on that one, as Merlin is just has so much damage there.
Who needs their jungler if you can solo kill? Like, damn, son. Yeah, and Daniel is also a pretty interesting item combination, but nobody is actually playing it. If you can look at Sejuani's... Oh,
The arrow almost hitting Dusseldorf there, who is on the one from Lotus, because this is not looking good, and there's the kill. And AOMA, they want even more. They're going for heroes here. But PERTINAX will successfully retreat.
Yeah, and you see that Kassadin is already a menace. Jax can't escape. Getting slowed and getting hit. What I wanted to say before was, if you go Radiance Virtue, you can actually go Redemption, and you have more healing in your team, and the Radiance Virtue healing is increased by the percentage that Redemption gives you healing and shielding. I think it's 10%, could be 50. I think it's 10 or 15. But nonetheless, your heal is better, and also I think the health you get, the max health you get is also stronger.
Ashe is hitting there as PERTINAX is looking for the engage here. Or no, disengage as AOMA is taking the engage. Already 2 people down there on the side of AOMA, of PERTINAX. Sorry, I am confusing sides here. But yeah, of course, it's PERTINAX having to disengage here as AOMA are going to take the Baron now, and I think they should have no issue doing so, because they did get the Sejuani, so no jungler on the side of PERTINAX, and absolutely no threat or to put up against this. Mug even attempting a little dive there on Cairo.
Yeah, and
that might be a bit ambitious, but then Lotus comes in.
Hello, it's me, Kassa win. I'm just taking the kill. That was a drive-by, pretty nice.
Yeah, and this was kind of a breaking point, I feel like, now for PERTINAX, because now AOMA was able to get a decent goat lead out of this team fight, and especially a Baron on top of that, so potentially more gold
the
to
arrow
come.
hit.
Arrow hitting there on the bot lane, and Lotus is around the corner. Dusseldorf trying to disengage there, and will be successful at that, as Kassadin has to attempt the wave on the bot lane.
Yeah, you see the arrow if you call it earlier, you can maybe get on the Jax harder, so he can just get hit with the with the Nether Sword or Void Sword, whatever he has. Oh, there's a take on the
Next engage from AOMA, they totally destroy the Soraka and go even further. Bewis trying to go on Sidwani there. Now Mark with the engage. Nice Gnar ultimate to take out Dusseldorp. Will lose his life for this anyways as well. Cairo now chasing down Edward there. Will get the kill. And Merlin trying to fight back. God gets a lot of leeway there from AOMA. But it's Garbage flash queuing him to death. And then Lotus comes in. And how did you call it? Kasavun taking the ace for AOMA Esports.
Yeah, that was such a nice pick that AOMA was 4v5ing here, but Makala died so fast that it went to a 4v4. And I think you see what a menace the Ashe is. She already has her ult back, so she can just hit another long range arrow. I think they need to nerf the cooldown of that disgusting spell.
Yeah, I feel like apart from the Soraka, everything on the side of PERTINAX is working pretty well. Like especially the Akali definitely works out. I think she got 2 kills last team fight. Nice dodge there of the arrow, else that would have been another kill for AOMA. So yeah, Akali working out pretty well. I think the Sivir is also fine. Like she does the damage she needs to. I think she's not comparable to the Tristana, but Tristana is 6-1. So I think nobody's comparable to the Tristana, except maybe for the Kassadin, but also not in DPS.
Yeah, well, the Tristana, who already has 3 items completed, and all the other ones are on 2 items. So you just see the ult.
Nice ultimate there from Na, taking out 2 people. Makala is again the first one to fall, but so is Cairo, and that's the damage dealer gone on the side of PERTINAX, at least for now. Merlin goes back in, gets the shutdown there on the Tristana though. That can be huge. Gets 2 kills, triple kill for Merlin, and he is not done yet. Gets the garbage. Lotus is the last one standing on the side of AOMA, and they should be able to get him once he gets out of the zone. Yeah, that Dusseldorp. Maybe with the flash now? Okay. Probably the Kassadin will get away, but still, this is huge for PERTINAX as they fight their way back into this game.
Wow. Here Merlin, who completed the Rabadon's death cap, and death cap is in the name of the item. He slashed everybody of the enemy team. They have no magic resistance of yet, so they're just going to pop off. Yukari just deals so much damage that damn.
Yeah.
Only Kassadin can kill her because he looks pretty tanky. He looks like he has a lot of damage, and here we go for the Infernal Soul. Will we see a fight again? Some ults are, mostly all ults are up.
AOMA
But there's
is
the engage.
there. They will try to stop this, but PERTINAX are the ones to take the engage. They don't finish the Drake, and Merlin gets into the backline while Lotus is already very low, but he dodges the Q there. Survives, and they get the shutdown on Merlin. This is huge. Now Dusseldorp falling as well. Not looking good for PERTINAX in this fight.
Yeah, and they tunneled the the Kassadin here. He almost died, but could escape. He TP'd back. Now he's looking for his next victim in Cairo, and I think this is game already.
Can this begin? No, there's still.
This is game.
No, the time.
They're gonna push it.
Okay, Tristana is pushing really fast. This could be game indeed.
This is
Makla
game
is getting back in, but Kassadin immediately showing them their place, and now it should definitely be game. Heroes is coming back in. Will he be able to do enough damage? No, it's going to be the Nexus falling for of PERTINAX and AOMA Esports taking this first game of today.
Well, what a plot twist in the end, actually. We see some quarters, the Kassadin popping off. If you tunnel vision too hard on your focus target, you let your backline getting killed by Nar, so they can't come to the fight and you just lose the team fight. And that went downhill. The was even well before there was the Kassadin is too strong, the Tristana is too strong, but you see the engage on the top side in the 23rd minute was really good to get the pressure out, and now they had to go back and do the dragon, and they did the fight here and there, and then you had the quarter kill, and that was game. I think for a 26-minute game it was pretty fast ending. I didn't expect the ending to be so fast. There were like 2 fights and then it was over.
Yeah, especially because like at one point, like AOMA did have the upper hand, and then we had this huge fight from PERTINAX from Merlin where they fought back so well, and I was like, okay, this will get a close game, and then AOMA in the next fight just like wins the game. But yeah, very very nice first game we did see. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will go to a short break. Just before we go into the break, quick reminder that today and for the next from now on 3 days, or 3 game days, of course, we will be collecting money for ABAP, for the victims of the earthquakes in Turkey. ABAP is a Turkish non-governmental NGO, or basically an NGO, that is helping and providing food and shelter and medical supplies to people in need. So make sure to donate either to the PayPal or the ABAP, and you will have a wonderful break to do so right now as we are headed for the second game. So stay tuned and see you in a bit.